Hello everyone, Time to Grind here, and today I wanted to talk about Metamorphosis. And Metamorphosis is a wild and fascinating game that is heavily inspired by the book it shares the same name as by Franz Kafka. And it's a book you might have actually had to read in high school. I know I had to anyways. But before we get into the game review, I do just want to let you guys know that I was given an early copy of the game in order to make a review for you guys. I never let that influence my reviews. I just like staying as transparent as possible with you all. So in the game, similar to the book the game is based off of, you find yourself turned into a little bug immediately as the game starts. And at first it's very Alice in Wonderland-like, as you're just discovering kind of what it means to be transformed into a bug. And there's actually voice acting in the game, your character's voiced, and so they're kind of discovering what's happening to them, and it's very interesting. And you can crawl on surfaces, and you can run and jump to other platforms. And also something interesting is if you touch something sticky like paint or ink, you kind of get like a stamina meter that allows you to walk up surfaces and on the side of the walls. You can't just like walk directly upside down though, or you'll fall. But it's very interesting, and it feels like I imagine it would feel like to be a bug. It doesn't feel overly floaty, but it doesn't feel, super heavy. It feels like what I imagined being a bug would be like. And so the game is kind of a puzzle platformer that has you going from area to area on this whole journey. And I don't want to spoil a ton of the story or a ton of the areas because I do think it is part of the fun. And it's just so freaking cool to experience these beautifully crafted worlds at like a very tiny scale. I always love games that have you playing as tiny creatures like toy soldiers or army men in like a bedroom. But this is on a whole other level because while you do have parts of the game where you're in human environments like climbing through and behind parts of a desk or a drawer of like a bedroom or like a lawyer's office, you also have these magnificent areas that were created by bugs apparently. And because the story revolves around you trying to make your way at first to a mystical tower which will supposedly get you closer to finding a way to become human again, there's a whole like little civilization of other bugs that you can talk with and gain some lore into this smaller bug world. And honestly, I was expecting a small little indie game that allowed you to climb around as a bug and have some cool areas, but I was expecting that to be it. But I was not expecting the game to have such a rich world and lore and a story to it. I was not at all, and I am pleasantly surprised. And I mean, some of the dialogue is genuinely emotional and sometimes freaking hilarious. I found myself laughing out loud a couple of times as this game has some really, really good writing. And I mean, one of the jokes that I think had me laughing the most is there was this bug and she was complaining that her husband cheated on her. And she was like, yeah, I found out he cheated on me with a ladybug. And then he was like, yeah, this black spot on him. I thought, he just had a black spot. Well, apparently he was cheating on me with a mosquito, and the mosquito sucked him dry all night or something. And so, kind of inappropriate humor, and they make some kind of like drug references with like mushrooms and stuff in the world. And I genuinely found it amazing and funny and emotional, like I said, at times. And it just has some great writing, and it's definitely one of the best parts about this game, to me anyways. Another interesting aspect of this game is at the beginning of the game, along with you being turned into a bug, someone is randomly getting arrested for something, but they won't tell them why. And it's really kind of suspicious, and it's kind of a story that's like the backdrop for your story in some parts of the game. So it's like you'll see this kind of part and you'll experience some of their story in the background of you, making your way to the next areas. And then you'll kind of go off into your mysterious little bug world and see some cool mysterious bug things. And then you'll eventually find yourself in another area and you're seeing more of their story unfold. And it has really good pacing because you're never in this like bug world too long, or you're never just in, everyday human things. It's got a really nice balance, and I really, really like that. And it's so cool that you get to see a little bit more of that story unfold as you're seeing your own story unfold. And it's like you're getting two stories at once, and I really, really like that. I think it's a very fascinating concept, and it works really well with this type of game. But overall, there isn't a whole lot more to talk about this game without spoiling a ton of the magic that this game has to offer. It's almost like a walking simulator to me, except obviously this is a lot more fleshed out. It's more of like a puzzle platformer, but it's kind of in the same vein. You know, I think most of the fun comes from discovering these super beautiful and, you know, just like artisan crafted worlds and areas and learning more and more of the story and the lore behind the game for yourself. And also just, you know, something small, there's a ton of quotes by Kafka himself kind of in the loading screens, and I thought that was a really nice touch that I, you know, liked. And, you know, like I said, the voice acting I really like. The art style I love how the just world looks and how it's crafted, and it's pretty polished. You know, it's a lot more polished than I was expecting. It definitely feels like a fully launched game, like I would hope it would feel. So I know this is shorter than my normal reviews. I just really think that this is a game that is best experienced by going in as blind as possible. So if this game seems intriguing, I would highly recommend you to stop watching reviews like this and reading articles about the game and just go and play it for yourself. And if you have played Metamorphosis or just from watching gameplay, I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. I love talking with you guys and have conversations, and I try to respond to as many people as I possibly can. And if you enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more content. It really helps out this channel, and I make 2 to 3 video reviews a week just on a wide variety of games. So, you know, like I said, subscribe if you want to see more of those in the future. Also, if you can't get enough of me, I have a podcast with some friends called Media Crash, where we just talk about all things media, so check that out as well. But if you guys are having a great day today, I hope you continue having a great day. If you guys aren't having a great day, I hope you guys start having a great day. But either way, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. See you guys next time.